It's going to be an organic conversation like we've not seen each other all day. So I'm just going to pretend that I've walked in and I've just seen you for the first time. Hi, love. How you doing? Prego. Big Prego. Congratulations. Don't know why I'm saying congratulations to you.
To who?
To both of us. How you feeling? She's yawning.
Are you recording already?
Yeah, this is it.
This is not nice. You should have told me to start recording.
Do you want to start over?
It's fine.
Okay. Hi, love.
Hi.
Hi. Prego. Big Prego. What were you thinking? Two kids under 3.
Well, what were you thinking?
What was I thinking? It takes 2 to tango.
No, you did it to me.
What does that mean? What do you mean? That sounds terrible.
It doesn't. You're not a Gen Z, are you?
What?
You're not a Gen Z.
You got a beef with Gen Z, haven't you?
No.
What's your beef with Gen Z?
I don't.
You've got a daughter that's Gen Z.
I know.
She's all right, isn't she? But apart from she kept interrupting at the beginning. I was like, hi, guys. What are we having for tea? Are we having chicken? Where are the bin bags? Estelles got her eyes shut and she's pretty much half asleep.
No, I'm
Pregnancy's kicking your ass, isn't it?
I'm not. I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is this a good time? I can come back. Oh,
it's a good time. It's fine.
it's a good time. I mean, our eldest one's asleep. So eldest. There's 3 of them. There's 3 of them.
Eldest in the kitchen.
Eldest in the kitchen.
Second
21.
eldest is asleep.
3. Well, how old is he? 2.
2. Did you say 3?
I know.
Oh.
It feels like 3 years now.
No, it's 2.
2. And then baby number 3 inside. It's not twins, but he's kicking your ass, isn't he? He's got the longest legs ever.
Yeah.
Already eyeing up a spot in the NBA, I think.
He's getting off from you.
Yeah, big long legs. I don't know if my viewers are ever going to see me, so I might get brave and put my face on here one day.
Hopefully.
I've got to think about work, haven't I? My customers.
Your
customers, yeah. That sounds funny if you know what I do, but you know what I mean? If my customers come across this, they'll be like, hey, he's making this. Right, so we've been to a few gigs recently, haven't we? Wanted to talk about them. 3 gigs.
Okay.
Been to 3 gigs.
The
first one, can you remember?
I don't remember. Aerial Salad, was it?
No, it was the last one. Aerial Salad was the last one.
What's the name? Is it Linkin
Park? No.
I don't remember.
The Skints, love.
The Skints,
The Skints. Okay. I've got the jumper. I listen to them all the time.
Okay.
And you can't remember. That was at Gorilla in Manchester. It was like an acoustic set. So, you know what acoustic means. Everything was unplugged. She's just having a massive yawn. She just moved the microphone away from her face. Last time we tried a podcast, you weren't pregnant, and I couldn't get a word in. And then this time,
you're like,
I'm carrying it.
Yeah, it's all right.
So we saw the Skints, and it was unplugged.
Unplugged?
Yeah, so it was acoustic instruments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What did you make of that? In fact, tell us what music you're into and stuff before we get into that.
I'm into old music.
All music, even punk?
Yeah. I don't think so.
You don't
no
think
punk.
So not all of it?
I don't like punk that much.
Yeah. Why not?
Say.
That is the best genre out of all the genres. Punk.
Says who?
Yeah, it's just a fact.
No, says who?
Me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's a thing of opinion, isn't it?
I don't know. I just think it's too loud, and sometimes you can't even listen to what they say.
Right, you like hearing the lyrics.
Is the purpose of it, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. It's the feel as well.
Okay.
Do you ever listen to music without lyrics?
Yeah, you made me listen to music without lyrics.
Like what? Anything memorable? We were just listening to Rachmaninoff, weren't we, before?
Yeah. I don't remember the name.
Cultured in this house. Got everything. Rachmaninoff's 3rd Symphony in B.
No, you
D minor.
Pardon?
Don't matter. Music speech.
Since when did you say it don't matter?
Don't matter.
You don't talk like that, do you?
I don't know. It's just when this is on.
You're American.
I am American, yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I'm big enough.
You what?
I'm big enough to be American. That's just offended
That
all
is
the
for sure,
Americans.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, so the Skints. We saw the Skints are like a ska reggae band. If you're not familiar with them, from London, 4-piece. Amazing. They've got a multi-instrumentalist in. I've forgotten her name. She's amazing.
Oh,
Keep
the
saying
girl who
amazing.
sang.
Yeah, she was playing the harp. The next minute she'd be playing the
Yeah.
flute. The next minute she was playing the saxophone. The next minute she's playing the keyboard. Next minute she's providing beautiful harmonies. So yeah, that was probably one of the best gigs I've ever been to. I would have given that a 10 out of 10. We were standing at the back, weren't we? It was a tiny little venue.
Yeah.
But they bring a good vibe with them, I think.
Right. My only concern was that you didn't tell me I was going to stand.
Yeah, and you wore heels, didn't you?
You saw me put it wasn't that much, but you saw me put some heels on.
Yeah.
And
but I don't like to tell you how to dress.
No, it's not telling me what to dress. It's just saying, look, if you want to wear it. But this is the situation. That's it.
We did try and sit down, didn't we?
Where did we sit down?
There was a bit upstairs.
Yeah.
It's Gorilla, isn't it? That's where it was. Gorilla in Manchester.
In this
There's
place.
a tiny bit upstairs. I think there were too many people up there. You were just like, But we stood at the back, and even at the back,
yeah, it's
you're pretty
fine.
much right next to the band.
Yeah, but it's not a huge place.
Yeah.
It's not like you can't see the band if you're on the back.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think that's the best place to see bands, isn't it?
Like what? In
a tiny little venue. Would you rather go and see a band in a tiny venue or like a massive stadium?
I wouldn't go to see a band.
Whatever.
From the start.
That's all.
Like which band I'm into like that to go and see it.
Are you more into like female and male singers, artists?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad used to listen to U40. Is it U40?
UB40.
UB40. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, can you sing us some?
I can't remember.
Red wine.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they're from Birmingham.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I didn't know that either.
Because that's the only band you've heard of. But okay.
Then I heard of.
Who's your favourite? Okay, so you're not really into bands. Who's your favourite singer?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I
know.
Male or female?
It doesn't matter. Just the first person that pops in.
Why you say it don't matter? Not like it. Sounds American.
Doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter, darling.
That's not how you speak.
What do I usually say?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, what do you say don't matter?
I think it's because I'm hungry. It doesn't matter. It's taking me time.
To what?
To say words.
Right.
Yeah. So who's your favourite singer?
I actually don't know, to be honest. Well, is it female or
female?
Baby brain kicking it.
Oh, okay.
Female?
Yeah.
I think Celine Dion.
Okay. Why Celine?
I mean, she's the best.
She's the goat.
Yeah, she's the goat. Yeah.
So would you rather see Celine Dion in a tiny little venue or in a massive arena?
I think in an arena.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
You just said, but you'd rather go and see.
It would be a dream to see her that private. Yeah. I know it would never happen.
Might do.
Nah.
She's not well at the minute, though, is she? Do you remember seeing her at the Olympics last year? She was belting something out. Yeah. And I think that was like her last performance. I think she's quite ill, you know.
Yeah, she is. She has something related to bones and stuff like that.
Yeah, it sounds horrific what she's got.
Yeah, because it's painful, because it also affects brain or something like that.
Yeah, apparently it was really hard for her to do it.
Yeah.
And then afterwards she was like really struggling.
Vocal
fourth language
vocal
English.
Cord?
Yeah, vocal cords. Yeah. Your fourth, hang on. Estelles' fourth language English. So it's a bit cruel making her do a podcast in English. Do you want to do it in French, Spanish, or Fang?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine in English. Yeah, Celine Dion, Mel
Gibson.
as a male singer.
Oh.
No, it's not a singer.
I thought you meant Mel Gibson. Mel Brooks.
as a male singer.
Yeah, so Celine Dion and
And I was saying Michael Jackson.
I knew it.
But I think people say it's typically like that, isn't it? Like people.
It's a bit of a basic
my age.
answer.
Yeah. But I actually like him.
Right. No, I do as well. I think he's an amazing singer.
Yeah.
King of pop. He is for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm quite satisfied that he's got the biggest selling album of all time.
Right.
That's fine for me. I can live with that.
Yeah.
If it was someone else like U2 or, I don't know, something just a bit, something like, I don't know, Lady Gaga. Not that I don't like Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga is a good
I'm quite happy that Michael Jackson's got the highest selling album of all time. Yeah, Thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah, so out of 10, what would you give that Skints gig?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. I give a 7.5.
Well, not that good. Still all right. Because I would have given it a 10.
Yeah, well, it is because you're like punk.
Hardcore fan. They're not.
It's a punk.
They're part of the punk scene, but they're not really a punk band.
Right.
Do you know what I mean by that?
No.
Right. They're like, punk and reggae and ska sort of go together a little bit.
And
they've
punk
got a bit of
in
hip
what?
Punk and ska, reggae. So back in the day when punk became fashionable, when it was all loud and fast, in between the bands they'd play like slow reggae songs.
Yeah.
Because the DJ Don Letts, this is a history lesson now, he was a Jamaican guy.
Right.
And he was just playing like loads of reggae and then all the punks.
Yeah, because they sound pretty much like reggae.
Yeah, and then there's loads of like offshoots of punk.
Yeah.
And the Skints aren't really a punk band, but they're in that realm. They do a lot of gigs around those sort of bands.
I think
there's a bit of a break.
The ambience was okay.
The ambience, that's a French word. Yeah, it was nice. It was a really nice atmosphere at that gig, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem I had was my feet hurt.
But you enjoyed the vocal harmonies. That took your mind off it a little bit.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, it was a good gig of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I think... Sorry.
No, go on.
Ahead. The fact that you couldn't go outside after you get in is a bit dodgy.
Oh, yeah. So we tried to get outside between the support man and the band, and they didn't let us out.
Yeah, which is
you're not a fan
ridiculous.
Of that. Yeah, it is a bit ridiculous, isn't it? You should be able to come and go.
It's like 2025. You're there to do your job, like to search people. Do your job. Let people out. I think it's a way of them not wanting to risk it. But people going outside and bringing stuff in.
Yeah.
But if you have contacted, what's the name?
COVID.
People there. Like you paid people to be there. It's English, isn't it? Contracted.
All right. Yeah. I get you now. Contracted.
Yeah,
because you went contracted. It sounded like some sort of disease. It's like you're going outside, getting a disease, and coming back in and infesting the
contracted
the kick.
Like paying someone to do something for you.
Just pay someone with a clicker and keeping track of who's in and out.
Yeah, but they're there outside, isn't it?
Yeah.
The people in the door.
Yeah.
So
they wouldn't even let you go outside to breathe. Just
not
like
even
as a little breather.
Yeah. And I think it's because I also think it's because they don't want to risk it, and the venue is pretty small.
Yeah.
So anything can happen there if you're not careful.
But it's a Skints gig. There's not going to be a riot at a Skints gig. I like the fact that they weren't overtly political. It wasn't like... I've seen a band called Anti-Flag, and like between every song they were going on and on and on and on about politics. And you need to do this, you need to do that. So that's fine. I don't mind it in songs.
It's too much liberty.
Don't give me a big lecture in the middle. And then their singer's been arrested for... And he's making out he's a big feminist and everything.
No.
Yeah, and he's like 12 women have come forward, and he's allegedly, need to say allegedly.
Allegedly,
we are uploading this. Just Google it. The lead singer of Anti-Flag's been doing a lot of horrible things.
Right. Has it been done for it? Did he go to jail for it?
I can't remember what's happened. I think he fled to Dublin from America. That's the last thing I read. But, it's horrific, apparently, what he's allegedly been doing.
Right.
But about 12 women have come forward.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah, it's very prolific in the music world, apparently.
What?
Sort of underage girls
stuff.
and access and
We need to
predatory
do an episode
behaviour.
on that. I have like so much to say,
Yeah.
but we can't go into it now.
Yeah, we've got to be careful. I think we need to study what we can and can't say and getting
About
sued.
what?
And well, like if I say definitely done it 100%.
No, you can't say that. I'm a law school. You can't say.
You're studying law at the minute.
Yeah,
aren't you?
so you can't say that.
Yeah.
It's just,
We'd have to have a proper think.
yeah, but if there is any, you can talk about any fact.
Yeah.
No one can sue you about facts.
Yeah. Maybe we should do some research into those predatory musicians. There's a good question for you.
Yeah.
So at what point does an artist do something horrendous where you go, I can't listen to the music anymore? Can you separate the art from the artist? That's what I'm trying to ask you. So say, for example...
Can I do that? Or people can do that in general? Or just me?
Yeah, so if you were at a funeral and someone said, we're now going to play Steve's favourite song.
Yeah.
And then you heard, I believe I can fly.
Yeah.
I believe I can touch the sky, which is an amazing song. It's been ruined, hasn't it?
Yeah.
What?
Thing is, a lot of things, well, people in general, life in general is based on people's morality in it. It doesn't matter what you do for work. You actually have to to bring your morality at work. So if you are a singer, for example, and you work with kids and you are a director, what was it? I don't even remember what
I'm asking you.
Robert Kelly.
Robert Kelly, God. Yeah.
Robert Kelly was, what was it? What was it doing? Recruiting kids or recruiting girls and stuff like that?
Horrific stuff, wasn't he? But
that's what I'm trying to say.
My argument is, I Believe I Can Fly is an amazing song.
Yeah,
and I'm not joking.
Let me
get there. I actually love that song.
Let me get there.
Okay.
I think people need to bring more. It's basic logic form of living, innit? You need to have morals.
Oh yeah,
you need absolutely. To take it. You need to take it everywhere. Your morals are not just, oh, I'm a good singer. I'm gonna be a good singer and behave as a good singer. But once I get home, I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
And for me, it's what matters. To be honest, I don't care if you sing if you sing like Andrea Bocelli, and you're a bad person. You're like a what's her name?
Blind.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
At night in your house, I wouldn't listen to you. You wouldn't listen to it. I don't care.
Would you think if someone did choose to listen to it, would you be like, oh, it's disgusting, you shouldn't be listening to that?
No, because people are entitled to say, and not in my house.
Right, okay.
But people are entitled to listen to whatever they want to listen to. It's just, you would say, oh, I just like the song.
Yeah.
But then the person who sings it is an awful person.
Yeah, it just depends how awful. I think there's a line, isn't there?
No, it's not a line.
Yeah, but Estelle, the thing is, though, if there wasn't a line, you wouldn't be able to listen to anything.
What do you mean?
Because everyone, I'm not all musicians, but there's loads of musicians that are dodgy.
Yeah, I know. It's the degree of what they're doing.
And if you like properly went into everything you listen to,
like,
you'd be like, oh Christ, I can't listen to him, can't listen to her, can't listen to him, can't listen to him.
Kanye.
Kanye, yeah, he's a good one.
Until, let me say, last year or 2023, I was like, it's just mad. He's losing it. He's losing his marble. Someone needs to help him.
What's he done recently?
Oh my God. He went full on everyone. There's nothing that he hasn't said.
Yeah, he has offended
every community on earth. He has offended kids. He went full on Jay-Z's kids. Kids, I'm talking about babies.
Yeah, you don't do that, do you?
What? Yeah. And even if people are like, oh, he did graduation, he did this, he did that. Yeah. But he's an awful person.
You told me the other day that Graduation was one of your favourite albums. Can you still listen to it?
I can't.
You can't listen to it anymore?
No, I can't even watch him on
Right.
anything. Like on social media, if I see something flashing
Yeah.
with Kanye face on it, I don't.
So you can't cut it off from where he started misbehaving. You think, like, whatever it was, last 2 or 3 albums, I'm
I
not
think
listening
there's
to them.
not return for Kanye.
Yeah, but you can't go back. What I'm saying is, you can't go back in time to when he had his faculties and think,
And say, let me just know.
Right.
No, because again, why are your morality? You're so sick. Is it that? I don't know. Maybe someone can explain it to me. Is it you're so sick to the point where you're like, I don't care about my children? Like there's something that's about to move you, in it, in your heart, and say, I can't do this to my children. But if you're saying that I can actually go and do that to my children and other people's children and talk about them this way, I don't care about what you're saying when you're saying it. I don't care. I'm not listening to it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily judge anybody else if they still wanted to enjoy early Kanye. I'd still listen to it. I was listening to it the other day.
And then now his music is so rubbish.
Oh, his music's
I'm
terrible.
like, see?
But what if it was amazing? What if that was like the best album he's ever come out?
Just drop an album.
Yeah, but that was amazing. It was like...
the problem is you need to listen to it to say it's amazing, innit?
Yeah, you don't even want to do that. Yeah,
I don't want to listen to it.
Yeah.
Would you do that?
What, listen to Kanye West?
Would you separate the art from the artist?
Yeah, I do. I do that already with quite a lot of people.
Who?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I mean, if I heard I Believe I Can Fly, I wouldn't turn it off because I think that's an amazing song. But I think R. Kelly's a hideous person. Kanye West, I was listening to him the other day, the early stuff. But, yeah. Who else? Rancid.
I don't know.
Rancid, their lead singer. Right. I think he was about 35 when he got with his wife, and she was about 16, which is like a bit grim.
No, you need. See, that's another
thing.
That's another thing.
It's difficult.
It's times, isn't it? Time has changed. Before, it wasn't a problem.
Yeah. You were going back to saying, you can't listen to any of the early stuff, even though he was relatively normal like that. It was a punk band back in the day. The singer died. Called Screwdriver. Right. Their first album.
Where are they from?
They're British. And their singer was apolitical, wasn't singing about politics at all. And then all of a sudden, second album, third album, he was like a full-blown Nazi. And he was like, he wants a genocide against everyone that's not white and all this stuff. And there's people in the punk community like, the first album's amazing. Yeah. And everyone's like, well, hang on a minute. You can't say that.
Because this person
Because eventually they turned into a Nazi. Like, we don't know if they were a Nazi at the time of the initial recording.
Yeah.
Or they got... So where should you draw the line? It's difficult.
Yeah, because...
personally, I think it's dodgy to listen to that first album and be like, it's all right.
That's the same thing.
With Kanye, with you and Kanye.
And R. Kelly and whoever else.
There is only one person where I'm like, even... I judge other people for listening to.
Me too.
Hang on. Okay, you say yours and I'll say mine on three.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Lost Profits. You didn't say anything.
I just wanted to listen to what you were saying.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So there's this band. I don't know if you've heard of them. Lost Profits from Wales.
No.
And their lead singer turned out to be like the most evil person in the world. I'm not even going to go into it here. But if I saw anyone listen to Lost Profits and they knew what that singer had done, I'd be like, I don't want to speak to you. Yeah. I don't want to be friends with you. Yeah. That's the only band I'm like that with.
It's morality, isn't it? It's your moral bit. Your moral being like,
but I don't think I because I want to listen to. Don't necessarily want to listen to it, but if I heard "I Believe I Can Fly," I wouldn't necessarily. That doesn't mean I agree with what he did.
No, you're not agreeing to what he did. But did you know that at the time, you know now that this person is PDF or whatever it is, convicted.
No, God, no. I mean,
you don't know.
Time,
you don't.
If R. Kelly released something now,
you
I'd
won't.
be like, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, but the problem is you don't know if it was that before, and I'm pretty sure it was.
But when I initially heard it, I didn't know that background.
Yeah,
and I've got memories of that song.
Yeah,
Space Jam.
By the time he did it, he was probably already doing, because with the Leah, the story with the Leah and stuff.
Oh yeah,
that's minor and stuff.
Horrendous, isn't it?
So that's about the time, isn't it? I just can't.
Yeah, but even at the time, it was wrong.
I can't. If someone, any singer, I draw the line with kids. Well, I draw the line with everything dodgy that involves people's life. But to me, once you start touching kids, I don't care what you do, even if it's just verbal language or whatever. I mean,
I can't listen to Anti-Flag anymore.
You're done. I think it also depends how much you like the music.
Yeah, imagine if you got tattoos and stuff for that band and they've been your life. That could easily have been the case for many people. And then the singer's done something so disgusting, like Lost Prophets. You have to rip all your posters down. You have to remove your tattoos. It's difficult.
Yeah, that's what you can't. You just need to limit your adoration. Why do I say adoration? Your love for those people.
Yeah, don't put them on pedestals as people.
That's it. Yeah.
I think that's...
Because there's as much human as you. Oh, let me rephrase that. As much human as yourself.
Yeah, they're not gods, are they?
But they can be awful. Yeah. Awful people.
And there's bound to be awful things that they're doing.
My God.
Yeah. The egos, the drugs.
That I don't care. People, whatever.
Performing in front of thousands of people throughout the world and all that. It's going to...
Yeah. People,
corrupted.
Yeah, majority of them are on drugs and if not drugs, other stuff that help them cope with fame and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
went off
PDF thing. Being
I was at a gig
something
once.
else.
Yeah. I was at a gig once and the DJ for some reason played a Gary Glitter song. So everyone was dancing. Gary Glitter came on.
Right.
Everyone left the dance floor. Apart from one guy. And he was weird. I think he was at the gig on his own.
Yeah.
And everyone was just looking at him going, Jesus
you
Christ.
Don't want to do this, love.
Why are you doing this? And it wasn't like ironically dancing or looking around and laughing and seeing who else was laughing. He was dancing to Gary Glitter. Gary Glitter was used in The Joker, the first movie.
Can you imagine if Jamie Salvo was a singer?
It'd be terrible.
And you have listened to his music voice. And you actually liked it before you knew he was a horrible person.
Yeah, well, he was like a national treasure before he died. I don't know why, though, because he's so hideous.
I mean, I saw him. I'm like, how do people are weird? Let me just say that people are weird.
Plain sight.
And I'm like, how do people got to love this person? I mean, I'm not saying anything that can make me go, okay, this is such a I really like this person.
He's got no redeeming qualities at all, has he? There's not one thing about Jimmy Savile where you think, I like that about him.
And I didn't know the story about him until I watched the documentary. I didn't even know him.
Yeah.
I didn't know him.
Yeah, he's only really famous in Britain. He's not really famous anywhere else.
I didn't know him. So, can you imagine if he was a singer and you listened to his music before the whole shebang came out to be?
He was a lot of kids' idols.
Oh, my God.
He liked the kids as well. Anyway, so the next gig... We did! Obviously, we're not laughing at that.
Laughing at what?
Unfortunate.
I'm laughing because of how horrible it is.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do a whole podcast on Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
This is a music show. I just want to reiterate it. It's nice to go on a tangent now and again.
Yeah.
So we saw the Skints, and then a few weeks later, we saw...
Donna. The cult.
We went to a cult, didn't we?
What's the name?
In the EO Arena, 8th of December.
Jacob Collier.
Jacob Collier.
I didn't like it at all.
Why?
Because we didn't get to dance much. Let me not say that. We didn't get to enjoy his songs much. There were no ambience around.
The audience were really shit.
We were just sitting around.
Yeah, there was no life in the audience.
Yeah, it looked like we were all coming from a hangover party that we spent 48 hours drinking. And then we just went to the stadium, the arena, to listen to Jacob Collier. It was so quiet.
Yeah, and when you're used to punk crowds really giving it some and having loads of atmosphere, there was just no atmosphere from the crowd
I actually liked the concert we went before.
Skints.
Yeah. Better than this one.
When you sit down at a gig as well, I don't think you feel like you're really there.
No. Like the people on the floor in the arena.
Yeah.
The people that were there near the
front of the stage. Stood up, yeah.
Yeah. They enjoyed it more than us.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And then Jacob. Oh my God. Please don't hate me. Any Jacob Collier fan.
Oh, they'll come for you. They're quite loyal.
Okay.
They're quite nice though, actually, I think.
This was pretty much like a cult thing. Sing, man. I just want to listen to you sing.
You didn't like being part of the audience singing? Because I don't know if you've seen it, but
we
Jacob
weren't
Collier,
singing. That's the problem though. We weren't singing.
The crowd weren't that into it, were they?
Yeah,
I think if the whole crowd are committed to it and love it.
He weren't singing.
Yeah.
He was just trying to make people make horrible sounds.
But that's his sound.
That's his emo, isn't it? Or let's say that.
Yeah.
That's the way he does his stuff.
Yeah. What really annoyed me is it was billed as the Jesse Volume 4 tour. And that album has got so many featured artists on it. It's got so many instruments on it. And there was none of that. I think there was only about 6 or 7 people in his band. There was no choir with him. I thought he might have done World O' World with a big choir. The guy that sang Mi Corazon, he wasn't there. Stormzy wasn't there. Chris Martin wasn't there. I thought it was going to be like, I'm going to put all this out there, but he obviously can't afford to do it.
Salt Mendes wasn't there.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought they were going to have a full orchestra there as well, and it wasn't.
And then
that.
The guy didn't sing.
If I'd have known it wasn't that, I probably would have enjoyed it a bit more.
He would go, mi corazón, and I said, and would say that for minutes.
Who, Jacob?
Yeah, I'm like, can you just sing the song or stop singing it?
That's what annoyed me as well. Like on the studio versions of the songs, he plays them, but live, he'll sing a line and then play an instrument for ages.
For ages.
He did Walking in a Winter Wonderland. That went on for 20 minutes. He went, sleigh bells ring.
Oh my God. I was like,
are you listening? Ding, 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 ding. We were singing. Like, get on with it. My favourite song is Cinnamon Crush off that. And he did the same with that. So he sang a line, played for 2 minutes, sang another line, played for 2 minutes. Just do it as it is on the album.
It was the same with Mi Corazón.
Yeah.
I think with Mi Corazón,
that's your favourite song.
Mi Corazón in English.
Yeah. Say it in Spanish.
Corazón.
Ooh, do that again.
No. He went with the how do you say that, instrumental part of it for a long time. I'm like, when did you start singing? I even stood up. I'm like, I want to dance and trying to feel myself. I've been sat for a long time and nothing. That wouldn't come. The singing part wouldn't come. I'm like, when are you starting to sing? And then he was like, I think that girl, or let me say lady, she started singing a little bit. And then she cut off and she's like, oh, Jacob is coming now. Because he wasn't even there. He was in the background. And then she said, he's coming now. And then they stopped singing and she started again. Because for some reason, didn't want to come out.
Yeah, you're all over the map here.
No, he did it. He did it. They started singing.
Yeah. Mi Corazon. The support act didn't do Mi Corazon.
Yes, they did Mi Corazon. Yes.
If you're at that gig, can you comment down and tell Estelle that they didn't do Mi Corazon?
What do you
mean? The only song. No, he did that in the main show.
Who?
Jacob Collier did it in the main show, didn't he?
No, they start doing the instrumental part. We can watch it. I remember it. She starts singing.
Yeah.
And then for some reason she cut herself. I don't know if it was Mi Corazon, but for some reason she cut herself because she said, oh, he's coming now. And then he didn't come in. Jacob, he was still in the back.
Okay.
And then she was like, oh, he's not going to come now. Let me continue. And then after that, we waited. I was like, oh, is he coming again? Because he came out and then went and then he came back. I'm like, man, just stay there. We came to see you. Just stay there.
Yeah, but he's got to have a warm up, hasn't he? He can't be like all over the support.
Sang. Do you remember?
Yeah, he sang bloody Cinnamon Crush. That's what annoyed me.
No,
because he did it in a different way before he came on. Before he actually came on.
Yeah. He came. Before that, she was like, he's coming, and then he didn't
took
come.
ages, didn't he?
And then I just saw him entering the stadium. I'm like, you weren't even here?
That's such a typical genius musician. Like, doesn't even know. He probably didn't even know where he was.
I'm like, you're not even here.
I like the guy. I do like the guy.
Sorry.
I thought his energy was fantastic. I thought he tried to give it his all, and he was absolutely loving performing. And it was good to see
loved
him.
when he changed the stage and went to the middle one.
Yeah, there was
two stages.
Yeah, let's explain that. So there was
two stages.
Yeah, there was two stages. There was a stage that was like right in the middle of the part where everyone was standing, and I had an idea that he was going to run out and go to the back. So he got on a scooter halfway through one of the songs and went all around the back, didn't he? And then he went on to this stage in the middle, and that was quite nice. Everyone surrounded him and everything, but it was just too much, wasn't it? It was just too much. I think
I was like, if you do something like that, you need to sync. You need to make that like a proper spectacle.
Sing your own songs.
I want to see. I don't care if you do whatever you want to do to like make the show go a little bit. I think it's just to add up time in it to do a show.
Do you think, like with what I was saying, that it was an album tour, therefore all the features should have been there? And
they were not fit. No, there was just the lady.
Yeah,
that's it.
She was on Cinnamon Crush. Yeah, that was the only one. Yeah, and then they ruined that version of it. All right, and then so you didn't like that gig much. Out of 10, what would you give that one?
This is a 3.
A 3. Wow, I give it a 6.
I wouldn't give it a 6.
No,
I wouldn't give it a 6. And then he didn't even finish singing Mi Croissant. It didn't.
You love that song, don't you?
It just stopped, I think. And the second chorus of I don't know, it didn't finish. I'm like, at least sing it like a minute or so.
Oh yeah, and then our last trio of gigs was
Aerial Salad.
Aerial Salad, yeah. Your first ever punk gig, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was your experience of that? And it was in the same venue as Gorilla.
Absolutely hated it.
Did you?
I hated it. I'm so sorry for Aerial Salad fans in the comment section.
You need to apologise to me because I'm a massive Aerial Salad fan.
But you know me, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm gonna say it as it is.
What's that got to do with anything?
It was horrible.
Wow. Worse than Jacob Collier?
Yeah.
Why?
It was horrible. First of all, I went prepared.
You went prepared?
I went prepared.
We had some
good shoes.
Yeah. You knew it was in the same venue and you knew you'd be standing up this time.
Yeah. Went with good shoes, flat, good jeans, comfortable. Like, I'm going to do that for my man. Let's just listen to some punk and see What happened?
I loved it.
Oh my God, the things I do for you. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Would you ever go to a punk gig again?
No.
Really? That's sad. That's sad. Not even for me.
No.
I quite liked it because it was quite different. I'd never seen bands do what they did before. And I've been to a lot of punk gigs.
No.
But at the beginning...
First of all, you couldn't even listen to the lyrics.
Yeah, do you know
it
what?
It was so loud.
I'll give you that because the sound was terrible in there. It was weird because it was the same venue as Gorilla and the Skints sound was amazing for balance and everything. But you couldn't hear the vocals. Like, the mix was horrible. That was the worst thing about that gig.
Screaming all the time.
It was. That's the energy, though.
And
punk,
the
we're
guy,
angry.
What Joe didn't tell you, the guy started
She's got her eyes shut. She's falling asleep again.
The guy started singing. Not singing. He came out on a table.
Like a wrestler.
Is it?
Yeah, it was a homage to the Sandman.
Okay.
So they played Enter Sandman by Metallica over the speakers.
I think he was shirtless, isn't it?
Yeah, he was shirtless, and then he got some beers and he poured them all over himself. It was brilliant.
I'm like...
It was brilliant.
Can you imagine that your T-shirt or your clothes get wet and you actually don't drink alcohol?
Yeah, you'd be gutted, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Covered in booze.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not fun.
And then
you were
for
miles
some
away,
reason,
so
he
that
almost fell on the floor because the table couldn't sustain him.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
They when they did this thing where they were calling, I can't even...
Yeah,
it
don't want me to describe it. So they were calling each other and it was over this big screen.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
It would
like,
be
Mike, where are you?
Glory.
We've got our gig now. It's like, oh, I'm miles away. And then he ran in and did the Enter Sandman entrance. It was good.
Oh.
It was really good. I think they're one of the most exciting bands in Britain at the minute. Aerosol, I think it was amazing to see them in that tiny venue because they are going to skyrocket. I think they're going to be huge in the next couple of years.
Okay.
On a par with likes of
I tell my kids
soft play and idols, bands like that.
I tell my kids that I went to see them. I tell Joe when he's older.
He'll like it.
They're famous.
He'll like it.
I don't think he will.
Yeah. So that was worse than Jacob Collier. At least you felt like you were at that aerial salad gig, though, because at Jacob Collier you were sat down. It didn't feel like you were there, but at least you felt like you were there. Aerial salad. At least you felt the energy.
I liked it. I liked it more than any gig that I've been with you.
Because it felt like...
Well, let me not say that.
You just said you hated it.
What?
Aerial salad.
No, I'm talking about the other one, the first one.
Skints.
The Skints.
Just go back to aerial salad for a second. So that was your least favourite out of the three?
Yes.
Yeah. But you told me before it was Jacob Collier was your least favourite.
No, if I didn't want to disappoint you.
I don't want you to ever lie to me.
I'm not lying to you. I was just omitting my feelings.
Okay. Because I loved it, apart from the mix. And yeah, I suppose if you were at a concert I hated, I wouldn't
like it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's that. I would probably be like, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, that's the British, weirdly.
The British.
On me.
Yeah, you've turned British, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I didn't like it.
There was literally nothing about Aerosol Solid you liked.
I didn't like it at all.
The atmosphere, the rawness of it.
It's I always like the atmosphere of the place.
Yeah, it's a nice venue, isn't it? Yeah. Gorilla, Manchester.
Than that,
just not for you.
Couldn't listen. First of all, I'm pretty sensitive to noises.
Yeah, I thought you were going to put the earmuffs on, and you never did.
No, I'm like, let me listen to because I didn't want to disappoint you.
No, I'm not bothered.
I wanted to have the whole experience. And then I was like, can't believe this.
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
She's shaking her head.
I can even hear the voices.
Yeah, he's very mank. They're from Manchester. That was like a home gig for them. That's probably their biggest gig because they're headlining the gig. They've done a lot of gigs where they're sort of before the headliner. But I think that's one of their biggest gigs they would have done.
I actually liked the guy who was singing before them.
Oh, yeah. I don't know the name of them.
Yeah, I liked him.
I'll find out and put it in text under this video.
Yeah, I liked him. I don't know the name of him. Well, you know, you're the
Yeah.
The punk.
The punk rocker.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
consider myself a punk anymore. I think that label's a bit closing.
Why?
Well, because I can't listen to I Believe I Can Fly if I'm a punk, can I? Because it's kind of like trying to be cool and stuff.
Okay.
So initially, I think when you're younger, you find you want to belong to that tribe.
Right.
And then you find it a bit limiting as you get older. That's what I found a little bit.
Why is it limiting? What do you feel like it's limiting?
It's a bit like any ideology. It's like, I am a punk, therefore I don't like this. I don't like this. You kind of put yourself in a box a little bit. I probably am a punk.
Is it how it is? Is it how the whole thing is?
Can be very insular. Can be very insular, yeah.
But this is weird.
Yeah, and tell you what.
It's just music, innit?
It is just music. Yeah, you should just like anything. You should be able to like anything. But not everyone's like that.
Mm.
I mean, I went to Manchester Punk Festival. Shout out to them. Incredible. Absolutely incredible festival. I went to there and in between bands, they were playing like pop music and stuff. And the whole venue was unironically singing along to these pop songs. So that's quite nice.
It's just music.
Yeah, just music. Just enjoy what you like. I think you're happier if you're not thinking, oh, I'm punk, therefore I can't like this. I'm punk, therefore I shouldn't listen to this.
Yeah, but what about your taste?
From punk, I've got to wear this.
And what your likeness, what, not like this, but what you like.
Yeah, you've got to like what you like, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just...
And just be honest with yourself.
Wow, I didn't know that. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. We have to dive into the punk subculture. What I want to do here as well is find the tamest punk bands, ease you into it.
Sorry.
And then listen to the more extreme end. Because I think music is a bit like, or listening to extreme punk music from tame. Yeah, so start tame. You know, like really, you can play it at your grandma and she wouldn't be offended, that sort of music. And then gradually get more extreme with it. Maybe if I ease you into it, that's what I'm trying to say.
No,
you're
like
more difficult, not difficult, you're like more noisy punk.
No, I wouldn't like it.
But it's like you're easing your way in. It's like drugs. You don't just go straight to heroin.
How do you know that?
You start off with weed.
How do you know that?
And then a bit of cocaine.
How do you know
and
that?
And then you gradually
think
move
about
on.
your customers.
Yeah, so, yeah. That's what I want to do.
With me?
Yeah.
I need to do the opposite with you.
What's that?
Make you listen to African music also.
I like African music.
No.
I listen to Fela Kuti, Hugh Masekela.
No.
Africa by Toto.
No. No. Joe. It's like saying, I like...
Imagine if Hugh Masekela had a song called Europe.
Yeah.
That'd be weird. That would be really weird.
Africa is so vast.
You're from Africa, aren't you?
Is that a question?
Right, the reason I'm asking you...
Why are you asking me?
Because people are listening.
No, just say that I am African. Don't ask me.
You're African. But then you'd be like, why are you being rude?
No,
and
it's
then you'd
not
be like, your tone
rude.
Sounds racist. All right, you're African.
Never say that. You know that.
I know, I'm joking.
Okay.
I think Jay's up, so we're going to have to wrap this up quite quick.
Is it?
I can hear him, yeah.
Okay.
You're going to start me off listening to African music?
Yeah, but you saying you're listening to African music
Fela Kuti,
now.
Hugh Masekela.
No, it is not African music.
Yeah.
It is like saying, oh, I'm listening to, what's this British singer? I'm listening to Adele. I'm also listening to this and say, oh, this is African. This is British music.
Yeah.
Or this is European music.
Yeah, I think.
It's not. Because you're just listening to one.
It's the eldest one. She's just walked in.
It's just one part of the spectrum. The continent.
Continent, yeah. It's a big place, isn't it, Africa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, we'll do that on the next episode. I think we'll wrap it up there. I was going to start you off with the tame punk band now, but 51 minutes is plenty, isn't it? So I think we'll wrap it up there.
Did you put a list? Do you do a list?
Yeah, I did a list of everything I wanted to do, but I think we can save it for the next episode.
Oh, what
is there going to be another one?
What did you want to do?
All will be revealed next week. Might not be next week.
No.
Bye, friends. We'll see you again real soon.
No.
We have to listen to Miss Rachel every day, don't we?
Oh.
That's just one of our favourite songs from Miss Rachel. Yeah.
Do you want to close it?
Yeah, we'll close it. Thanks very much for listening. If you got this far, this is episode 1 of Joe and Estelles podcast. We'll call it Estelle for now. And if you can think of a better name for it, leave it in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. Love you all.
Do you want me to come back?
Yeah, put in the comments if you want Estelle to come back. She went off on a bit of a tangent now and again, but
that's why you love me.
That's why I love you. Right. See you later. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.